We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. Now increase here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they'll begin by running the option. A quick throw now complete to Ross. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, Saquon Barkley last year against Washington, he won many a fantasy league with his performance in Week 16. 189 yards rushing. That was the 3rd highest single game total in the NFL all of last season. They run the option on 2nd down. Here Jones gets it out quickly, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 15-yard line. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
15-yard line.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 9, Jones flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Then he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Takes it all the way down to the 32.
The ball carrier.
Big yardage that time for Washington. Give him 58 yards on the ground.
58 yards. And a Washington 1st down.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. To throw, Fitzpatrick slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Terry McLaurin.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Second down, looking to throw, Fitzpatrick. Oh, look at that. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
Fitzpatrick's pass.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd down and goal. Fitzpatrick, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st down, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. Now he's into the clear. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. John Ross, 79 yards. And the Giants are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Giants 7, Washington 0. Graham Gano is set to
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fields this way up. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On 1st down, Barkley. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Watch twits. 44.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. First 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jones. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. It's now 3rd and goal.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Here's Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man is Samuel, complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Washington.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick slings this deep from McLaurin, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now a give, right side. Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Antonio Gibson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington able to make this a close game again.
Extra point.
And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Giants 14, Washington 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now, as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Giants add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First down, Washington.
Now Fitzpatrick. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Fitzpatrick. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown.
Touchdown, Giants.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. On second down now, it's Gibson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a man open down the middle of the field
and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
A gain of 26.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
Antonio.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score Giants 28, Washington 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the gun, Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside. And that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. That's out to the left, flat and complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Operating from the gun, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
54, check, check, 54.
They'll try to run this one in, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
Giants 28, Washington 21.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Fitzpatrick. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down. Here's Fitzpatrick. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And we are all tied at 28. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Oh, boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jones throw on target to Shepard. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Not much there, only a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Quickly completed to the right flat. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place. This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Giants 35, Washington 28.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fitzpatrick. He'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Fitzpatrick. Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming.
Down at the 39.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jones. He's going to launch, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Jones throwing on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Giants 42, Washington 28.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go play action. Fitzpatrick slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And his pass incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the third time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Again, it's Barkley. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Tackle made by Chase Young. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practice.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. John Ross with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Giants 49, Washington 28.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
First down, Washington.
Now Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First down, Washington.
Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Come on, come on. Wait.
On second down, Fitzpatrick again. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of the player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics, he's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically, it's that outside player.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
10 at the 34-yard line.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Giants, first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
To the sideline and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Be free. Let's get there. Check.
Throwing again. Jones going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking.
They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.